Obasanjo denounced Nigeria, declared division as he asked the Igbos to return home, never to vote come 2027. Yes, OBJ has asked the Igbos to return home and never to vote come 2027. In fact, you will see reason why he made this very clarion call. In fact, that very voice of his has really caused a serious commotion inside the villa as everybody have begun to ask questions what has really led to this very decision of OBJ and what has really touched him to say no to one Nigeria. Hey, normally OBJ has a natural hatred for Tinubu, and not alone. Now that the country is now facing what is facing, so what do you expect from OBJ to support Tinubu? I think he will never do that. Let me quickly drop this for you. Please don't blink an eye. I would like you to really pay attention as this information is dropped behind for you. Let's watch this.
And not only that, what sort of democracy brings you and you grab everything illegally, corrupt, and you say go to court? When you know that even in the court you cannot get justice. Democracy is failing. Democracy is dying.
In Africa, it's our electoral system. People manipulate elections to be there by all means. If we are doing proper elections and if you are not doing well, people will vote you out. But in this case, people use government instruments to perpetuate themselves in power, even when the people don't want them.
Good day, sir.
Good day.
Viewers, if you are watching, click on the like button, drop your comment, and also share this program. West African nations endorse Obi in Ghana conference as Jonathan shows Tinubu's election in Ghana. What do you have to say about it? Because the other time we saw Peter Obi and Jonathan meeting in a secret, it's called secret meeting in Nigeria before going to Ghana. Now both of them are in Ghana. Now what do you have to say about this?
I think the popularity of the reality on ground is spreading all over, West Africa. I can see a lot of things is already going on. The 2027 election is already steaming. Whether people are saying that the early campaign might not even be okay, well for the coalition forces. But no matter how you see it, they have to take their popularity and their campaign beyond the shores because of the structures they found themselves right inside. We can see that massive rejection of Parliament re-election has taken another dimension. They have taken the battle to Ghana now, South Africa, and in that conference you can see Obi was there. You can see Jonathan was also in that conference. And what does that signal? It tells you there is a total rejection among West African nations. And not only that, you can see that most of these West African nations does not align with the Tinubu's Macron agenda. I can tell you, we saw what happened why they decided to pull out from ECOWAS and form their own Sahel Confederate states or union or whatever, just to protect their interests. Unfortunately, Jonathan has not been able to bring those people back to ECOWAS, which I am personally in support of that. What is it that we are benefiting from ECOWAS? That we can continue to be part of that bloc. ECOWAS is a total disappointment. AU is a total disappointment because these are the blocs that continue to mortgage the African resources, the African mandate to the Western world to be used for their own selfish reasons. And now you are seeing these nations inviting prominent individuals. You can see they came out both boldly and make it very clearly, they are going for Obi and they are backing Obi presidency. And a lot of people are wondering if they are mentioning Obi, what happens, to Jonathan. Yeah, he was also in Southwest, a few days ago, where he met with, major stakeholders in Southwest, and he has been moving around, signaling that, he is going to be positioned for the next president come 2027 if Nigeria did not break up, according to CIA report, that by 2026, if care is not taken, there will be balkanization of Nigeria. Nigeria will go their separate way. If Nigeria still remain in unity till then the West African leaders, nations themselves, who gathered in that conference in Ghana, has made it very clearly that they are going to actually, back P2B presidency, 2027. That's a huge one for P2B. That's a huge one for the obedient. That's also a huge one, for the coalition forces, and also a signal that now it has become very clear that people are already, choosing direction even outside the shores of this country. So what that puts on the table in Aso Rock currently now is that I think to an extent Bola Tinubu should start preparing and start packing. Yes, he might have the national resources now to dismantle anything, as been reported by the Northerners, that is already paying huge amounts of billions, as reported to party chairman and the rest of them, just to see how he's going to navigate his way to become the re-elected president come 2027. That will be extremely difficult, but we don't know what is going to happen at the end of the day. But we are just telling you, that there's a wider acceptability. Yes, a lot of people are saying it, that Traore, of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso, wrote a memo to Peter Obi and claiming, or taking a decision that he is the one, they are looking for, to put a kind of a transformation that will bring, Africa to, global limelight, in terms of, Africa being independent, and to kind of show a kind of policy where a situation where, Africa will begin to define and find their roots, without Western.
Need stronger than ever deodorant protection? Try new Nivea Black and White for stain and 72 hours.
Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Imagine, you heard Obasanjo's first statement. You heard it, that democracy is a fake. Oh my God. That is to tell you that all this while we have been fooled. We have been fooled. Even he, Obasanjo, has been fooling us. Have you forgotten that he was once a president of this country and he projected democracy of Nigeria? He projected democracy of Nigeria. He said it that Nigeria is a democratic country, democracy of the people, for the people, and by the people. He projected it. He announced it. He promoted it. And now he's telling us today that democracy is a fake. Oh my good God. You can now see that we have been deceived and we have been fooled. We have been lied to and we have been chased. What else is remaining? What else is remaining? See, let me just tell you, just as it was said early this morning by a prophet of God, that Nigerian can never work again. And this is it. It cannot work again when we have been told a lie about Nigeria. You heard it from Obasanjo now, that democracy is a fake, and what makes Nigerian to be Nigerian is because we believe that it is a democratic nation. So if someone can tell you that which keep Nigeria alive, that which kept Nigeria to be what it is today, that which made you to have confidence and believe about Nigeria is a fake, what else do you expect? Hmm? What else do you expect? we we in fact, my dear people, na to the japa na im remain o. Na to the japa. On the part of Peter Obi, saying that he's still insisting of becoming president of Nigeria, getting the support from the West African nation and the global bodies and all of that. Well, um, it's a good one, oh, but I'm not sure the Biafrans are in support of Peter Obi coming out for presidency. The Biafrans are not interested in any presidential position. What the Biafrans are after is exit, total exit away from Nigeria. The Biafrans want to exit this animal kingdom called Nigeria. Then no one gets anything to do with this nation again. Make this nation carry waka. I'm telling you, that is what the Biafrans are demanding for. Please help share this video, let it go viral, let everyone have a duplicate and a copy of it. Thank you.